Hi, it's Pursuit of the Truth. I forgot the actual point I was going to make in that last edition. I actually failed to make, and that was when Dale was talking to one of the guys. He was saying about the water being flat, and being able to see that all water that we see is flat except maybe raindrops, the meniscus side of things, and waterfalls and stuff like that. But that you need a border, you need a container to contain water, otherwise it flows out. He all agreed upon all those things, but the main thing that was interesting, he agreed upon that that all the water that he's ever seen has all been flat. If you look at they were standing by the sea, you can see the sea, it's flat. And but then he said, like, what is your example of the Earth being round? Oh, pictures, NASA pictures. Wait a minute, and it goes back to the thing that the edition I did before, the kitchen bowl one, in the sense that the kitchen bowl, it's rounded at the bottom, but it's flat on top. No matter, water can form the shape of the object in the sense that if it's a round bowl, it does fit that round shape. But that's because it's contained, but it always has the level is flat. We agree upon that. So the Earth may not be flat; it could actually be round. But you'd have to have, like the bowl, you have to have something containing the water inside it, whether it's the continents or whether it's ice walls, whatever it is. There has to be something to contain that water. It could be a huge, great kitchen bowl in space, if there is such a thing in space. But the fact is that he agreed upon seeing water always being flat. So, okay, if you see that, and you see it with your eyes, then when you go up in space, how come it suddenly then becomes bendy? I don't understand how people don't grasp the two of those things. Because we know that water itself, if you pour it in your bath, you pour it in the toilet, you pour it in your cup, you pour it in a flask, you have a huge, great lake. There's many lakes that are huge lakes that you can see one end to the other, and the water is flat. So we agree that water is always level, always finds its level, no matter how, as long as it has a container, otherwise it just rolls off. If it's in a container of some sort, then it will level itself out. So that's what it does on the oceans, it levels itself out. So all the oceans are flat, because that's how water is. It doesn't bend. There's no example of that. You don't even have to bring gravity into the story, because you agree that you've seen water and you've seen that it always goes flat. You pour it from your pot into your coffee cup and it comes flat. So you know how water works. So you don't even have to think about gravity pushing the water down. The thing is why is it then that you can't see that, wait a minute, these pictures don't make sense then? Because they're showing you from space that there's such a thing as bendy water. The water bends around the globe. It doesn't make sense, and I can't understand why that's one of the things that's made me think that, oh yeah, how can we be living on a globe? I can't marry the two up. I can't marry the two that I've seen water and I've seen that it's level. I can pour water out and see that it's level. I can't make water bend. So how can I have a picture of bendy water? How is that possible? And it's not a fact of bringing in gravity into it. If you have a hill that has a bend, the water will flow down it. So if the people are going to say, no, that's because you have round, so the water's sticking to it. But wait a minute, it doesn't work because it's flat when you look at it. So how can you look at the same water that it looks flat, but then you go high up and suddenly it's bent? The other thing is, I was thinking, I don't know if I've heard this before, the idea of the, obviously aeroplanes, they go round. How do they go round then? Because they're never tilting down, they just go up straight. Submarines have a periscope. The periscope, I mean, how would the periscope work? If you're in a body of water and you're saying it's bendy, and there's a German and there's an English person in their submarines and they're one end or the other, how does the periscope work? Because it wouldn't be able to see. Because it would only work if it was flat, wouldn't it? It wouldn't work if it was bendy, because you'd be able to hide around the fucking bend. Isn't it? Oh, come on. When they fire missiles underwater, they don't have to calculate curvature, do they? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Maybe these things weren't far enough away from each other, so curvature never took effect. But I just don't understand how you can see the same water you can see with your own eyes. You know, even if you went up into, I assume, like Concord or whatever, you can look down at the ocean and it looks flat. But then when you get a picture from NASA, it's bendy. How does that work? How do you marry those two things up? And there's the problem. What's the solution? Take care, take it easy, God bless and peace.